I'm absolutely loving the fact that Mattel is giving Cars 1 a ton of attention for this year's diecast mainline. I mean, not only do we have Craig Fäster in this case, the rusty monster truck from the first Cars film during that Rust-eze tent scene, but we also have Marco the Jet, who appeared flying over the Los Angeles International Speedway toward the end of the film, and he has not been released since 2010. That's 12 years ago. So, wow. Just wow. They're both brand new Thailand variants. I can't wait to see how they look now. But anyways, guys, I got this from my usual supplier, GetMeCollectibles. I'll leave his contact info and eBay store link in the description below, so you can either email him inquiring how to get the cases sealed, or you could just buy the items individually off his eBay store. Now, you guys might be wondering, Disney Docket, how is it already Case R if we're only 2 deluxe cases into the year? How are we so far down in the alphabet? Well, with some of the other lines, like deluxes and 2-packs, they just carry on over from the last year, whereas with singles, they tend to always reset back to A for each year. So that is why we are on R already, and we will continue down the alphabet. It'd be pretty cool if we get to Z. I remember in 2015 there was a case Y for deluxe, but I don't know if there was a Z. I just think that'd be pretty cool. It's the small things in life, right? Like me recommending Nocturnal Animals before I unbox this case and questioning you guys on whether or not I have pants on for this review. The stuff I do for this review to make sure the Copa demons do not claim it. Alright guys, it's time to unbox this case. If you guys are wondering why I say those weird things in some of my videos lately, it's because of just some YouTube policy things, and I'm trying to make my videos a little bit more adult-esque, even though they obviously are family friendly. But you can message me on Instagram or wherever to inquire about some more information, and I would have no problem explaining to you the whole reason behind that. Nocturnal Animals is a really good movie, though. It's just intense, a little violent. But, anywho, we're going to start on the top there because those look like the most boring releases in the world. Just kidding. No, there's a lot of fans of Red out there. Man, this case is tightly packed. Been really disappointed with how Mattel has been packing the cases lately, because it has been resulting in a lot of damaged card backs. Like, look, bam, bam. It's like, how do you even get a mint card anymore? Like, is it even possible? But anyways, this is Red. He was in the last case, which I unboxed as well, and I'll leave that link in the description below, and card suggestion pop up in the top right hand corner. I really want to know what that says. Clearly it's in like Russian, I think, but it's just weird how it's over here on its own and there's nothing else. Like you can see up here, it says as seen in Cars in about 1 billion languages, and over here it says Red in about 1 billion languages, but then you just have this isolated little Russian text. It's like, what you trying to be sneaky about over there? But yeah, like I said, not a new Thailand variant either, and he was included in the first case of 2022 Deluxe. But it's still nice, though. I'm sure he will sell. It's nice that they're using the Cars 1 artwork. For a while, they switched to the Cars 2 artwork. Ooh, all right. I take it back. Yep, this guy's on actually legit mint card. Whoa, that is sharp. Better watch out. I might get a paper cut from this guy. This guy is legit on mint card. Alright, I guess it is possible then, but I opened some fresh cases lately, and it's just kind of been a rare thing to have a mint packaging with how tight they're in here. Miss Fritter looks pretty good though. She's super heavy. She was also in the first case. Señorita Fritter. That's what that means. Love her artwork there. They make her look so muddy. So aggressive too. Of course, the nice Radiator Springs background there, because Miss Fritter totally visited Radiator Springs. Maybe in the future to visit McQueen or Cruz or whatever. They should really make a muddy version of Miss Fritter though. That would be smart. Mattel, do that. Then people will buy a bunch more Miss Fritters, and you don't have to really lift a finger to get them to do so. Just put some mud on her. You don't even have to change the artwork. Hire me, Mattel. Hire me. Just kidding. I would not mind working for Mattel. Anyways, here is Marco, and thankfully he is on a mint card as well. I'm very grateful for that because I don't intend on opening him, even though he is a new Thailand variant like I previously mentioned. Him and Craig Fäster are both new Thailand variants for this case, but being just like a jet, I don't foresee there being too many differences. There's not many decals. Doesn't really even have eyes. I mean, he really doesn't have eyes at all, so I don't think much is going to be too different with him. But actually already seeing some interesting differences. The finish to the paint's definitely different. Well, I think it's actually because there's a lot more metal on this version of Marco. Those wings look fully metal. You can see how that center portion there is connected to the wings and it's all one piece. Whereas here you can see that the center piece is separate from the plastic wings. So the center piece is metal along with his head and the tail wings there, but the side wings here are plastic along with these like barrel type things on the bottom. By the way, he's wrapped in this wire because I have him hung up and it's a pain to like rewrap it, so I just took it off the hook. But yeah, you could see that this Marco from Thailand now looks to be almost one entire piece. Those barrels underneath him still look to be plastic, but he definitely looks to be more metal. So that's pretty exciting. Still has that 510 decal there. The star logos on his wings. And he should have a Marco text logo. Yep, right there. It's kind of obscured by the plastic. Let's see if we can maybe see it over here. Yep, a little bit better. So it does say Marco right there. God, surprised the plastic is obscuring that so much. But yeah, it's super cool that they decided to re-release him after so long. You almost think that like Mattel could have forgotten about him because it literally has been 12 years. This does look like the stock image they used so long ago, but it looks a little blurry. Sometimes like the stock images are super clear and crisp, but he definitely looks a little blurry, which is interesting. They did enlarge it quite a bit. Again, you have that random text over on the side, and uh-oh, as seen in Cars 2, are you kidding me? Mattel, what are you doing, bro? Did you even watch Cars 2? Alright, I don't blame you if you haven't. No, I'm just kidding. Cars 2 is not a bad film. Like, I like Cars 2 a lot, but I'm just kind of joking about that. It's funny, though, that Mattel, for whatever reason, thinks Marco appeared in Cars 2. It's kind of frustrating. I feel like Cars 3 would have been a better mistake to make, but obviously appeared in Cars 1, as I already made such a point to talk about at the beginning of the video. That was literally the cold open to the video. Alright, now here we have another new release for 2022. Well, like a new to 2022 packaging. It's obviously not a new release in general, but it's Dr. Damage. He is back. This guy's been one of the most popular deluxes over the last few years. Whenever he gets released, they just fly off the pegs. I have not seen a Dr. Damage in a store in years. Now, granted, I really don't see many deluxes at all in stores because, for whatever reason, they are only distributed to weird retailers, regional ones like Meijer or H-E-B. No major retailers like Target or Walmart actually get deluxes in to sell, so I don't really know where you'll be able to find these. I think they have been found somewhere in Europe. I'm definitely actually 100% sure they have been, but I don't think anywhere in the US yet. So interesting stuff, but either way, Dr. Damage is back, and I'm sure this version will also be quite rare, just like his 2021 release. I don't know if he was released in Blue Desert, though. But the year before that, in 2019, he was. I do like his artwork a lot. But yeah, of course, for the Red Riders packaging, they're just doing the radiator springs or the piston cup backgrounds. Well, it's more of a stadium background. And I feel like that might have been more applicable for Dr. Damage and Miss Fritter to kind of resemble the the Thunder Hollow Demolition Derby, because there are fans there, right? But I guess they just went with Willie's Butte, and that's fine, I suppose. And there you have Dr. Damage on the back, tons of languages, and they got the movie right. Nice. It's kind of interesting that they botched it on Marco. He's such an old character. They just have no idea where he appeared. They're just like, oh my god, where is Marco? Looks like they got it right on Craig, though. Cool. Alright, so yeah, another new Thailand variant, Craig Fäster. Last and only previously released in 2016 at the very end of the year. In the same case as Alexis Wilson. Found a ton of them. It's a great deluxe case. You know, it had those 2 brand new releases, and they were very cool releases. But yeah, they kind of peg warmed, especially Craig. And it's funny, Alexis really is a small car. Definitely could have been a regular release. But anyways, love his artwork. It's nice and large there. Again, in Radiator Springs. Probably not the best background decision. I think the stadium one again would have been more applicable because he appeared at the Motor Speedway of the South. So this kind of fits in with the theme they've been doing this year, which is, you know, some rusty cars. You can kind of tell whenever Mattel is secretly doing like the series behind the scenes, but they don't put them on the packaging anymore. Like last year we could kind of tell, and this year we also can, because they did Donna Pitts, Andy Vaporlock, they're doing Jonathan Wrenchworth, so they're doing a lot of rusty cars. They just aren't really putting, you know, the Rust-eze 10 series on the packaging anymore. But yeah, he looks really good. He looks very similar to his Chinese release. The expressions are identical. The eyes just look a little bit different. The eyelids do. I'm sure the patterning for the Rust might be slightly different. The Thailand version looks a little cleaner around the fenders, maybe. The rims are a darker gray instead of the chrome silver, so that's probably the biggest difference I've noticed so far. Taillights look a little bit better on the Thailand version, I'd say, for sure. They definitely look a little more defined, whereas these are just kind of bloody orange blobs. Ooh. Thailand did a nice job with the bed here. It's kind of hard for you to see, but oh my gosh. There you go. That's a good view of it. You can see that they actually put like lining in there, and you could probably feel the texture of each of those lines. Whereas on the Chinese version, it's just completely flat, which isn't really realistic at all. So, do we have a superior Thailand variant here? It's possible. Very possible. Yeah, I think this version might be superior because it doesn't really make sense for him to have chrome rims. These probably are more accurate. Maybe. I wish they rusted them out a little bit though. Cool stuff, guys. So yeah, that is Deluxe Case R for you. 3 new to package releases. That's Craig Fäster, Marco, and Dr. Damage. You have 2 new Thailand variants. That's these 2. And then 2 carryovers from the last case, Miss Fritter and Red. I don't really know the thought process behind including 2 reds. I also don't know their thought process from going to 4 count deluxe cases last year and now switching back to 6 for 2022. But that's just how Mattel is. They're a mystery. We won't pretend to understand how they work. We won't try to speculate on how they work. Actually, yes, we always do that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for another one. Bye now.